What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. I cannot believe that Motorfest actually made this change for year 2. They just talked about it in an article they published regarding quality of life changes for year 2, which comes next week. And this specific change means every single part that drops in Motorfest year 2 is a legendary. Let me explain. Let's go. All right, so here we are. This is the article that dropped today at about 12 o'clock. The Crew Motorfest Season 5 quality of life improvements. Now, there's a lot of improvements in this article, but there's one in particular that I want to talk about because it's what I put on the thumbnail. It's what I think is literally the biggest change to come to Motorfest since direct mode, and it's just something that's going to make everyone's life so much easier. Not only easier, but just so much more enjoyable to play the game. This game, since the beginning, has had an issue with the grind. It is too inaccessible for the regular casual player. It just doesn't make sense. There's so much grinding you have to do in order to get all of the parts that you need, in order to compete in the summits, in order to get all of the rewards. But they're making changes. It's a conscious effort. You can tell they are making changes to this game to make it more accessible and more enjoyable for more players. And actually, I really like it. This one change, even though I personally went through the grind, I spent hours and hours and hours on parts, this one change is going to make everyone else who comes after me their life easier. Let's talk about it. So I'm going to scroll down. We're going to get to this stuff in just a minute, but I'm going to scroll down to the biggest change because that's the most important part of this video, and that is the RPG enhancements. All right, let's get into it. So merging. A merging system will be introduced, allowing players to combine 3 parts of the same rarity, combining them into the same part of an upgraded rarity. So basically you can take 3 parts, let's say 3 brake calipers, and turn them into a part of the rarity that's right above it. So like 3 green parts, turn them into a blue part. 3 blue parts, you turn them into a pink part. 3 pink parts, you turn them into a legendary. That means you need 3 greens to make a blue, 3 blues to make a purple, and 3 purples to make a legendary. That means you need 11 parts. However, wait, hold on. That math is not mathing. Wait, 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9 times 3 is 27. You need 27 green parts, and that makes 1 legendary. Now, I know that doesn't sound that great, but the amount of parts you can get in terms of green and blue and purple, bro, you get those all day long just doing the events. This is going to bring legendaries across everything. Literally every part that drops is just a piece of a legendary. Every single part is a legendary in season 2. That is amazing. Now, it doesn't say anything about what happens when you combine 3 legendaries, but I happen to know the answer to this, and I can't share it because it's under NDA, but it's exciting and it's exactly what you guys think. So let's just move on. Now they're introducing legendary set half bonuses. Again, this is awesome. This is for players who don't necessarily have a full set of legendaries, but they want to get a little bit of the bonus. Before season 5, you would have to get a full set of 7 legendary parts of the same set bonus in order for that set bonus to actually take effect. Now they're giving you some benefit at about half the set. Now, obviously you can't have 3.5 parts. So there's 7, half of that, 3, and we're doing way too much math in this video. Obviously you can't have a half a part. So at 3 parts, you're getting 50% of the full bonus. And then when you get to 7 parts, you're going to be getting 100% of that bonus. Now, what does this actually mean? Besides giving players that don't have enough of the legendary parts to actually be able to compete in, like, let's say summit events, because now they can get some nitro chem, it actually brings in a little bit of strategy, because at the very end of this little section, it says this means you can combine the effects of 2 legendary sets on the same vehicle, which was not previously possible, which means you could have 50% nitro chemist and 50% score breaker, or 50% bucks and 50% XP. This actually makes the game quite a bit deeper, which is why they're putting it under the RPG enhancements. And I think we're going to find some interesting, like, double set legendary sets that are going to work. And I'm not really sure what's going to come of it, but we're going to find out. The sweat community is going to go crazy with this, or it just won't be anything, and they're going to find out right away. But we're going to find out in the first week whether or not those sets are actually going to be exciting, or, you know, just something for the players that don't have enough. We'll find out. That's the biggest change, but here's the second biggest change. Check this out. View parts in the car list. Players will soon be able to see installed parts directly from their car list, simplifying the process of managing and optimizing vehicle setups. Thank you. Finally. This is something that's been in the Crew 2 for a while, but we haven't had it in Motorfest. Now it's coming with the Year 2 update. Super excited. You'll be able to see what parts are on your car just by looking through your car list. Now you won't have to click on the car and then go to upgrade and figure out what parts are on there to see what's on there. Basically, you have sets of parts and they're installed in your cars. And a lot of times you just spend time trying to figure out where they are in order to equip them on the car that you want to use them on for, let's say, a summit or something like that. So that's huge. Now they talk about prestige tickets in the summit, which was previously announced, but they didn't really go into a lot of detail, and they're not really going into a lot of detail here. But it says, while not a quality of life change, instead it's a new feature, prestige tickets will be available to earn in the summit for players completing challenges during the summit. Challenges during the summit. Now, I'm not sure what exactly that is. I guess it's the ones that are up top. Like if you look at the summit now and you complete like 3 events or 6 events or 9 events, you get a little reward for that. Maybe it's those rewards, but I don't know. Maybe they're introducing challenges. I just haven't seen them yet to the summits. It's kind of interesting. Now, in addition to that we've already known that they're going to introduce rear view mirrors. So you're going to have your side mirrors and your rear view mirror working. And this is a long awaited update. A lot of players have been complaining about this from the jump. So I'm glad that they're actually adding this in. Gives you a better sense of awareness. So who's around you. You can actually play in cockpit mode, which is great. And it's only going to be available, unfortunately, on new gen consoles and PC. This is a huge feature that requires a lot from like the GPU and CPU. So I understand why it's not going to be allowed on the older gen consoles. I just don't think they can actually run it smoothly. It's going to cause a lot of issues. So I understand it. It kind of sucks for those players, but I do understand it. Now, the last thing is a bug reporter. This is going to help improve the tracking of any issues that they are having in the game. There's not really any information on this, but they're just letting you know we are going to have a bug reporter. And it sounds like it's going to be introduced in the game, so you can just report the bug right away. When you have a bug, you can, probably click a button and it'll report it to them. All right, that's it for this one, guys. If there's anything that comes out between now and the launch of season 5, I'm going to be covering it, so stay tuned to the channel. We've got a lot more to come and a really, really big video coming out next week. As soon as the embargo's up and I can actually talk about this stuff that I've seen, I'm really excited to show you guys. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, you can always send me a DM on Instagram, Twitter, or Discord. Twitter doesn't exist. X and Discord. No, I'm not even on X. Instagram and Discord. I don't even know my own outro. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Trigger out.